Yes, indeed. So the runners have been given the go-ahead, and we lead off with World 1. Is this even randomized?
I hear the thing to say about this sort of thing is Fred. I don't know why.
F. Coughlin, or Fred Coughlin, is the creator of the Mario 3 Randomizer, and whenever we get a vanilla, mostly related to levels, as opposed to the other, stuff like this, World Order, well, it's a 1 in 7 chance, but here, those are Fred's. So,
I see.
But so everybody is out early. Antler's a little slower, and we come to 7-9 with with the Mario 3 Rando mascot, Boss Bass.
Ooh, and the pipe maze too.
Yeah, 7-9 is not a level you particularly want to see, especially early, because it is quite long and can be frustrating if you get a bad enemy set like Boss Bass.
Well, on the bright side, they'll be able to have this done and out of the way early, and not have to worry about it the rest of the race.
That is true. We do not repeat levels in Rando. Paraducks is out first. Ace of Arrows is pretty close to the end. gimpxtreme is most of the way through. Antlerz took a death in 7-9, so he's going to have to do this again. Okay. And our first fort of the game is 2 Fort, the World 2 Fort, or Desert Fort.
Pretty standard stuff from what I see.
Yeah, nothing. The enemy sets with the boos, the dry bones, and the hot. Some of the hot feet move randomly. We call them drunk hot feet. But otherwise, yeah, this fort should be very easy for our runners. Ace of Arrows actually making a stop for a fire flower, so he's got a shot at a quick boom boom kill with 5 fireballs.
If he can hold on to it and not touch the spikes.
Ace of Arrows is a pretty good Warpless player, so this shouldn't be too far outside his reach, and no problem there. Will there be singing in the Navy level? Not for me, there won't. I can't speak for my co-commentator. So.
My days of singing are far behind me, and I doubt you would want to hear me sing.
Yeah. So we've got Paraducks and Ace of Arrows, both in 5-5 on one of the sky levels. Ace of Arrows, both of them getting clipped by the fire snakes, and Ace of Arrows actually helping himself to a 5-up, which is not the worst thing in the world. It wastes about 10 seconds, but it's nice to have a little cushion, especially if you get into some really ugly levels.
Yeah, I hear, unlike the vanilla game, lives are actually a very huge boon in Randomizer for Mario 3.
They can't. Ace of Arrows, I think got a jump button input eaten up there, so he takes a death, and he's going to have a forced draw with a hammer. Double fire bro to boot, but that
power up there will help. Oh, but he dies!
Antlerz takes a death in 2 Fort. 6-4 is the last level before Castle. Paraducks is stopping for the end card. And the end card have been randomized both in where the cards are positioned and the items they give. So 2 flowers, for example, will not necessarily be 2 flowers. It could be a leaf, as Paraducks just picked up, or it could be something entirely different, like, say, a hammer or a Lakitu cloud. But the only thing they cannot be is coins.
Paraducks, meanwhile, on Lemmy now.
That's Larry, actually. But
Larry.
Well,
he goes down like nothing.
421 wand grab, Ace of Arrows with a frog suit. Gets... Antlerz down to 0 lives. He's got to be a little careful here.
He continues on, though. I don't know. Considering no lives left, I would have taken a chance on the spade slide game.
If anything, he'd probably just take an intentional death and restock his lives, because he loses nothing.
yeah, that's right. The fort is down, so that door's gone.
Right. Ace of Arrows grabbed the wand at 453. Gimp is a few seconds behind. World 5 is the next world, and that hammer is going to come in very handy here. Because hammers break locks at tourney flags 1 and 2. So worlds can be done much quicker. So Antlerz picked up 1 life from the cards and got another one off of the item box there, so he's doing fine. And Paraducks is in the first hand stage. The hand stages are mixed in with the regular levels, and whatever item he gets here, if he finds the other hand stages, will be repeated.
Well, that's handy.
Tanuki's suit.
It's at least a means of being big again if you're absolutely strapped.
Ace of Arrows, I don't know what happened there with his jump, but he goes into the abyss. gimpxtreme, working his way around the Angry Sun. Paraducks is in 3-3.
Antlerz doing the end card.
I think he got 1 match out of it. Not bad. He's going to stop for the Mushroom House. Good idea. It's not a bad idea to stock up on some items early on. Because you never know what you're going to run into, like, double Fire Bros. Having the ability to get a quick power-up is always handy.
Ooh, very nice hammer.
Yeah. So, they're generous so far. Parrot's missing out on a mushroom. Oh well. Ooh, Ace has got a little. Be careful here. Giant hammer. Ooh, he gets stomped on. So that's an unfortunate death.
Unable to grab the star in the hammer part.
Yeah. Ace of Arrows is going to the frog suit, and he's got to be careful here. 7-14 wand grab for Antlerz. Paraducks is in the World 5 Tower, which is one of 4 levels that will never be randomized because of its unique position in the game. The other 3, of course, being the 2 Piranha stages in Pipeland and Bowser.
Well, that last one makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Ace of Arrows going... Oh! Paraducks going off the edge here, so we're getting all sorts of weird jump inputs getting eaten tonight.
Wow, those inputs must be tasty.
I guess. Ace of Arrows is in the Navy stage. The military stages from World 8, the 3 that have Boom Boom, Navy, Air Force, and the penultimate stage, which we call Super Tanks, are mixed in with the forts because of Boom Boom. The regular tank stage, the level that starts World 8, is mixed in with the regular levels. So, Paraducks is overall, even though they're not competing against each other, ever so slightly ahead of gimpxtreme. Antlerz is kind of working his way through the hand stage, so he's made up some good time here. Comes the hammer. So world is at 5F2 is 1 fort. So the unique thing about 1 fort is logic always assumes you're going to grab the item that we all saw the kid grab from the wizard. It will never force you into a position where you have to play the level normally. So it won't be so the fort will not be in a location that will cause a stop block. And
that's a good pickup though for what was there.
A very nice pickup indeed. Nice hammer. So totally validated, and he's now in step 3.
Walker stage.
Yes, Arrow's taking another death. gimpxtreme is finishing up 1 fort. Now, he's doing this normally because he doesn't have the ability to fly right now, so he's missing out on a hammer.
Hopefully that doesn't hurt anybody who can't do that later.
It probably won't have a huge impact, but it will have some kind of impact, I do believe. Paraducks taking care of double Hammer Bros in water. That's something you don't want to see. Hammer
Unless you're-
Bros of any kind in water.
Unless you're big, of course.
Even if you're big, it's less than ideal, because if you get hit, then you're really playing with your back to the wall, especially if it's Fire Bros.
We see World 3-1 now
Yes,
on Paraduck side.
Yeah, we got a good mix of levels so far, mostly from, we got a few from World 3, World 1, World 6. We got a little of everything so far. Get your predictions in for the next world if you haven't already. We're almost to the end there. gimpxtreme is done with 7-3. Antlerz is in the tower. Ace of Arrows is looking good for his hammer.
Paraduck's doing the end card for the first time on his end.
And doing a fine job of it. 3 matches so far. That's a pretty good haul. Nothing significant. A couple of P-wings, but
It'll allow him to get past some really bad stages, though, if they come up later, though.
maybe. Paraducks is at the point where none of this is really going to phase him. They got a thick Roy, but a weak one. He's only a 2-hitter. 1131. Paraducks is good enough to where not much is really going to throw him off. I mean, he's been around long enough to know how to handle a lot of this stuff in stride, so I'm not too worried about him. But yeah, it will make some levels, like some of the longer airships, go a bit faster.
Or some of the ice cave levels, too, I bet.
Yeah, and 6-9, it could certainly play a role. 7-6, if you just want to fly over the top, that certainly is. And another hammer. Well, so he's got 2 hammers, and he's on World 4 now. Congrats to Claris.com for making the correct predictions. So, as you would expect, he is going to go and break the lock next to 4F1 and skip 3 levels. gimpxtreme with the wand grab at 12:15, I'd say. Veros is on the airship. Paraducks is in 5F1 land fort.
Pretty flawless there.
Yeah, since we've now randomized the movement of disco waffles, it's a little harder to really get a good run of P-speed going, like Paraducks did. Job by Ace, shaking off a rather erratic start there in World 5 to finish off Roy Koopa. Paraducks is in 3-9, is in 4-4. Does not go for the H jump, but no problems sailing through a pretty basic level.
That was a pretty handy trick there, taking the block down into the water with him, just as a little added insurance as he went down.
Yeah, and I see gimpxtreme's got the star. That's the only real way now you can do the speed strats, is to have invincibility. So you see a coin ship there. The coin ships are actually randomized with the Hammer Bros, so it's pure chance on whether or not you get one. That said, the coin trick, the thing that triggers the coin ships, multiple of 11 matching your 10s digit, still is in effect. Can be a factor.
Do you ever see any racers like grab those extra coins in case they're really low on lives and need them?
It's uncommon. There's a hidden item box just before you go into the room, take on the Hammer Bros, where you can get a free extra life every time. So there is that. So if all else fails.
I see.
So there are fail safes in place, but yeah, I have seen from time to time runners do take an extra like 5 to 10 coins just to get over the top. Paraducks is in hand 3, so he's going to get himself another Tanuki suit. Well, Chad saying, what I wouldn't give for a coin ship that didn't auto-scroll on SMB3. Yeah. There is something to be said for that. It was a bit of a time sink. Nice,
Oh, and we got the long tank level here on Paradox side.
yes, super tanks. So that's half of the military stages out of the way, and we're only 15 minutes in. Antlerz, I think it was trying to go for some P speed, but couldn't quite get it to work. So taking his time through the rest of this.
Yeah, once you know it. We just talked about it a second ago, and Ace taking the time to get those extra coins.
There's that 99 coins on top of that, so he took a couple of unfortunate deaths. Oh, he almost got clipped by the boomerang in a death throw.
Boomerang? I thought that was dirty laundry.
Well, whatever it is, Ace very lucky. Not so lucky with the double boomerang bros. The giant bros, excuse me. Yeah. Antlerz in 3-9. Paraducks in the World 6 airship. This is actually an airship where having a P-wing is actually advantageous, because you usually skip through quite a bit of this really quickly. And it's a thick Iggy today. And he's a tough one. It's a full 5-hitter. Little swag there by Antlerz, but he's going to have to hurry up. 1635 wand grab for Paraducks. Gimp is in the airship. It's not there. It's super tanks, excuse me. I didn't see what level Ace of Arrows was in. It was pretty quick, whatever it was. Tube sock throwers. Ace is the only one to actually play 4-6. It's interesting.
Maybe he wanted the item.
Maybe he did. He's getting an item either way, and so he breaks even. But windmill 1, 5-4. Okay, and God Pipe in World 3. So the pipes are randomized, which means that they can take you anywhere on the map, and this is very, very nice to see if you're Paradox. Like, yes, it's gonna be a fast seed, and it's a one-hit Wendy on top of that. Wow. 17.
Quick, do it again. I didn't see it.
gimpxtreme has finished off Iggy at 1744. That's about as good a World 3 as you're ever going to get. Dream achieved. A one-hit Wendy and a God World 3. Yes. So now we're on to World 7. So if the Seed's logic is any indication, they're in for one really rough go in World 7, excuse me. Vero's fighting on Iggy, no problem. So Paradox is in the first Piranha stage. Quasi-intentional damage there. Vero's finished off Iggy. Antlerz is in 5-4. Just a star, but a free pipe check now. All about the pipe checks. You want to find the Eastern Island. Where's it? One of these will take you there. But not that one.
That won't be it, but he doesn't want the item either.
No, I don't think Paradox is going to be making pit stops for items right now. He's going to actually go double back, and this is interesting strat. He's going to play 7-1.
Maybe get the God clip?
No.
Oh, right, of course. Oh, but he gets 8-1 and no, 8-2 instead. That's pretty good.
Well, he's taking the sands of shame, as it has been called by a few people. It's laying it a little thick, but okay. Gimp, blinking, you miss it. He's already in World 5. He's actually playing He's actually playing the fort, and it's 8 fort. Best fort in the game.
Oh? How's that?
What?
You said best for it. I would love to hear why.
It's an old joke.
I see.
Yeah. So 872 is the pyramid.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Hoping for a fire flower, he gets a star instead.
Yeah.
Does allow him to get through there without having to wait for the P-switch to expire, though.
Yeah. Paraducks taking an unfortunate death there. He's gonna have to do this again. Gimp is gonna get another look at a pipe after he finishes off Piranha. He's not gonna play 7-5. Just because you don't want to play 2 levels just to get 1 pipe. Logic forces you that way, so be it, but it's a last resort. Severo's started to go for the door, stopped, and going for the door clip. That's kind of a mistake. Okay, let's see if we can get the star kill. No, I think he hesitated. So, Paraducks continuing to search, and has found the correct pipe. He is in 1-4, so 7-2. So 7-2 top right corner in the southwest island is the correct answer. gimpxtreme is in 6-8 right now. Not a difficult level by itself, but the enemies that tend to spawn here do make it a bit of a chore at times. Especially if you end up with like boss bass or fire snakes and fire chomps. Antlerz finished off Wendy, nicely done, and he gets his wand at 22-19.
And we see the quicksand level on Paraduck's side now.
Yes.
And it's so trivial without an angry sun chasing you down, like so.
Yeah, and sometimes you get some nasty enemies here or there, but yeah, in general, it is somewhat trivial by comparison. So, and the 7F2 is Air Force. So we're 3/4 of the way to a full quad of the military. You just need tanks, and that's the hardest one to get because it's mixed up with the regular levels. gimpxtreme has found the answer. Nice floating there by Antlerz, getting across the piranhas. So, Ace of Arrows is trying his luck at 7-7. Gets 3-4, so slightly slower than 1-4, but not a terrible level. Paraducks wants that item from Piranha number 2. We're going to the airship. Not a bad idea. If you're late in the run, you might consider just skipping it, especially if you've got a pretty decent contingent of items. But if it's if it's like the 7th world, and there's our first actual Fred, the World 7 airship. So, Paraducks using P-speed strats to sail through the airship and does a fine job of it.
It's kind of easy when these levels aren't scrolling.
Right, that's some pretty tricky jumping, and a nice, easy Ludwig at 24-21. All of our runners are on the same world, and 3 of them are within a couple of stages of each other. Antlerz, not about 3 or 4 minutes behind, but holding his own on this seed. As we get ready for World 6, we have Worlds 2 and 6 left to play. And remember, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. World 6 pipe will determine how easy world's going to be. It's going to be easy or hard. And it's going to be easy. Gets the best possible pipe. Goes straight to 6-4 and gets 7-4 as his reward. Now, of course, since the auto-scrollers are turned off, this level is much, much better than it... much more appealing than it would be in a speed run. Vanilla speed run. So, wow, Gimp and Ace are almost synced.
Wow, that is kind of impressive there. Let's see who completes their Ludwig first.
Probably Gimp, just because he's got Tanuki, so he can do a lot more hover strats than Ace. Ace almost got clipped by a wrench.
Those rocky wrenches can be pretty tricky if you're not careful.
Yeah, Paraducks through 7-4. So he's going to try 6-6 and gets the third hand stage. So we've hit the trifecta on hand. So 3.
I gotta hand it to the guy.
Yes.
You can proceed in booing me.
Don't worry. The chat will do that for me.
I have to admit, though, that was pretty forced even for me.
Yeah, well, at least you admit it. So that's very healthy. All right, forced draw on the Hammer Bros. Luckily, nothing too challenging. We got some boos. Fonzoid giving you a 5 out of 10. Well, that's high. I would almost say that's high praise for him, but you know. There we go. Paraducks is in 5-3, which is actually not a level you want to see, really, in Rando.
Because it's basically you basically have to run it twice, so to speak.
Basically, and as you saw, fire nippers as a possible enemy, never a good thing. It is not unheard of for runners to take intentional deaths in 5-3, and just, especially if they have a choice or they've got a cloud, it's like, yep, not doing this.
Oh, but a Lucky Star will make the rest of this level easy.
Yeah, that was fairly fortuitous for him. Antlerz got caught in a little quicksand there.
Oh, and I see we have one of the beta levels, on gimpxtreme side.
Yes, the 7-3 beta. There are 8 of them in the game. They are in the memory of the original Mario 3 game. Fred decided to include them in the mix, and most of them are pretty easy, but you get a couple of them that can be fairly challenging. Ooh, Antlerz going a dive in Air Force. But they can be fairly challenging. One of them is an auto-scroller, an underwater auto-scroller that we have dubbed Atlanta.
Meanwhile, Paraducks handling the flooded fort like it's nothing.
Yep, no problem there. 3F2 is 6-8 is 5-1, excuse me. And this is actually a level that you probably wouldn't know this unless you've really played a lot of Mario 3 or are familiar with the lore. There's actually a hidden item in 5-1 that you can get your hands on. But the odds of you actually getting it in a rando are pretty remote.
You know what? I actually knew that there was an item in 5-1 when I was playing with cheats when I was younger.
Right. So, Paradox, I think that was 6-9 and 6-9, so that's a Fred if so. Barrows and Gimp both trying their luck through 5-3, and I can't imagine either of them are having a ball with this, with Fire Nippers, Ace of Arrows taking a death.
We haven't seen any clouds, I don't think.
No, there's no clouds on Ace's screen. He's gonna P-wing his way through this. That's one way to do it. And let's see, Paradox. Oh, it was reverse Fred. It was 6 in 6-10 position, but still pretty close. That is a Fred.
We'll call it French vanilla.
French vanilla, yeah. 6F3 and 6F3, aka Carpet Fort. Yes, that is a Fred. So... Antlerz actually using a hammer suit, which, you jealously, if you have... Oh, Ace getting hit by a Paragoomba. You jealously hold on to your hammers as long as you can, because hammer suit is what you want to have for Bowser, whenever possible. Ace, I think, has had enough of 5-3, and I think he used a hammer to get around it.
Yeah, he's now in the flooded fort.
It's going to hurt him a little bit because he's not going to be able to use a hammer to skip half of World 2, which is the final regular world, before we get to Bowser.
Maybe he'll luck out and try his hand at a mushroom house somewhere along the way if he needs it.
Well, mushroom houses unfortunately don't give out hammers, so he's gonna... Paraducks is done at 31-15. So he's in pretty good shape here. He's on his way to about a low to mid 40, depending how bad worlds 2 and 8 are. Ace of Arrows in 5-1, taking the slow descent down with the Tanuki. gimpxtreme's just about finished with 6-9. Well, there's a cloud for Paradox, so... Paradox is going to use his hammer to skip the first half of World 2. He'll have to play this through normally and gets 2-2 leading off, so another kind of French vanilla.
Yeah, this isn't too terrible in vanilla, but I can see why racers would kind of be irritated by this.
Yeah, well, nice little bit of luck at improv by Paradox allowed him to get through that relatively painlessly.
Yeah, lots of slowdown there.
Yeah, that's the main thing with 2-2 and Rando, there's a high probability for lag.
Paradox not taking the final matching card, saying, "No way, I have enough lives."
He's not only that, but he skipped the end card game, and I think he's like he has everything he needs. He's comfortable. Gimp, not sure what he's doing here. Quicksand level is 1-6. Ace of Arrows still only about a room behind gimpxtreme. That's pretty impressive. And Antlerz is about 3 or 4 levels behind them. So everybody's actually playing pretty well so far in this seed. Antlerz had some trouble early, but after that he's been really rolling.
Ooh, and I just saw something big on Paradox's side. That'll come in handy way later, I hope.
He's gonna use them now. He's gonna just go straight to the airship here, I believe, because clouds have limited value in World 8 because there's only 3 viable places you can use them: 8-1, 8-2, and the fort, and you really don't want to use it on any of them unless it's a forced option. So Paradox got a shot at a sub 40 here in Tourney Flags 1. He's got a P-Wing, so maybe he'll get to go for the clip.
A bit of a squishy Morton there.
So Gimp took care of business about 33-49. Ace of Arrows about 34-20. Paradox, if you grab the wand with Mario mostly off screen, you actually can shave about 2 or 3 seconds because Mario won't go straight down; it'll just cut away. So Gimp, who has no hammers left, has to play World 7 the normal way. Gets 4-1 with a boss bass. While Paradox leading off World 8 with 1-5 beta. So Ace of Arrows also sans hammer at this point, so he's gonna have to again do this normally. Ooh, and he gets gulped by Boss Bass. He has become a meal.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. So 4-2 is in 2-2, so now we begin the Great Pipe. Is this God World 8, or is this gonna make him work? Okay, so top left in the dark area, so he's gonna play Navy rather than play 2 levels in a row. And of course, it's the dreaded 7F2, aka Piranha Fort. A very astute observation by Amorietta in chat. I figured Mario would taste like pasta. That's a very good point. I think
maybe it's chicken primavera.
Chicken Primavera? Okay, I'll buy that. What say you, Amor? Chicken Primavera? So, Paradox, like any semi-sane human being, is just gonna P-wing his way through 7F2. Sure, why not? Why not? Why can't he be Chicken Primavera?
Thank you for humoring me.
Well, but she adds, we better ask Boss Bass, and yeah, well, since he's the one doing the eating, I think that's only fair. So, Antlerz is actually using a P-Wing through 6-9. Alright, so... Paradox is through. Okay, this... Well, it's almost the ostrich versus the mule argument. What do you prefer, 8-1, 8-2, or hand bridge? He gets 7-1 in the third hand. So he's going for the clip. A little trouble. He keeps jumping a little early there. There he goes. I think that was like 7th try.
7th? That looked like first to me.
Yeah, what am I saying? First try! Of course it was first try. 8th? Okay, well, close enough. So, Paradox is gambling a little here. He's gonna hope that this is the correct path. And actually, it's not that bad of a gamble because it's all fairly linear either way. But it's just a question of how much work is this gonna take. And he's in 7F1, aka Fort Knox. So, Barrow's actually stopping for an item for the leaf. You don't normally see that. Can't do the Superman, and he goes off the edge and into the abyss. Out. gimpxtreme has had enough of World 7. He's just gonna get a P-Wing and go through this. Antler's having a little trouble with Lemmy, it looks like. Watch it. Okay, he's through.
Let's see, is Paradox through? No, not yet.
Yeah, he's actually boxed in.
I guess the correct way was the other way.
Well, it's less problematic, that's for sure, so... Oh boy, this is not good. Now he's got to play the second hand stage with, cheap, which is 2-1 with a cheap, which... Not terrible, but, ouch. Yeah. And Ace of Arrows is actually in 3-7, which has an item, and he gets gulped.
That looked intentional, if you ask me.
I think it was. He's gonna try the other door. He's gonna try what's behind door number 2, and it's 6-1. Which also with Boss Bass. Paradox only had to go through one extra hand. That's pretty good. Now he's in 8-1, which is 5-7. Another fairly easy level. So much for sub 40. Tourney Flags 1, which is pretty uncommon. gimpxtreme is underway in World 8. Antlerz, not quite sure where he's at. Oh, he's in 7. He's only in 2-1. Okay. He's got a ways to go yet. 8-2 is 3-6. Another auto-scroller turned off. Nice. So he's going to get 2 pipe checks after this. And the good news is he doesn't have to worry about any locks from this point on. Those have all been taken away from him, from impeding his path. Extreme and Piranha Fort. See how he decides to play this. I have a feeling he's gonna take his chances with 8-1, 8-2 rather than risk hand bridge.
Looks like he's found the way.
Maybe. Yes, he has.
There it is!
So that's interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean hand bridge is required, but it's going to require Gimp if he goes the other way to play 8 Fort.
And we see it's the Lava Fort.
The penultimate stage is 5F2. I'm trying to remember what forts we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen 6F1. We haven't seen 3F1. That might be it. I think we've seen all the forts in this game, in this seed. So Paraducks has what he needs to make this a pretty simple fight with Bowser. He's got Hammer Suit. Got the star to get him past that opening bit. Tried to go for the task clip, didn't quite get it, so he'll just have to do this the normal way. Ace of Arrows is in 1-5 beta. Gimp is actually using a Hammer Suit here. Got 2 of them, so worst idea, but he's got to just be careful he doesn't run out of items. Paraducks. Go ahead.
Paraducks through the first room. He's on his way, getting all the fireballs, saying he's close.
Yep, and this should be a 1-2 punch, and that will do it. So get out the GGs for paraducks64, who demonstrates once again his fine skill at Mario 3 Rando. And he finishes with an official SRL time of 42:39. Pretty solid performance from Paradox. He had a couple of atypical deaths, but otherwise very on point and very good movement through the levels.
Meanwhile, we see gimpxtreme going through the empty fort.
Ooh, Ace of Arrows almost went into a lava bath there, but managed to right himself at the last second. Antlerz almost threw the World 1 airship. He's actually using his Hammer Suit, so if nothing else, we'll get an amusing dialogue from the king. Antlerz, I don't think, realizes that hammers do not work on Koopa Kid. So, Gimp has learned the terrible truth, and he actually got caught by the first hand, and it's Atlantis.
Ooh, I've heard this is not the one you want to see.
Not even a little bit. So, totally worth the intentional death. That's about a 75-second level. And Ace, uh-oh. He got caught.
But he actually has good power-ups. Oh, but he chooses to take a death, too.
Yeah, like, given the choice, just take the death. Okay, well, he got past hand number 1, but he's going to go into hand number 2 with a star, which could be worse, and he gets another star to go with that, so... Oh. He picked right on the power-up.
Ace seeing 7-1 and saying, I want none of that.
Yeah, and just burned a hammer suit, unfortunately. Gimp has found the correct answer. Still got a hammer suit, so he should be okay. So...
Ooh, takes a hit on Boom Boom, but not just a minor thing, considering he'll be able to pull out maybe something else as he makes his way to Bowser. Still with an extra hammer suit, taking a star, and he goes.
Yep. So
let's see if he gets the clip.
He's skilled enough to where he should be able to, but he is not going to try it. Ace has learned there is nothing for him there, so he's going to have to make the long, perilous journey back, and got 7-1. He actually tries to go... He's going to go for the clip, it looks like. But it's much harder with a tail.
Oh, and he runs into Ice Palace. Oof.
Okay, 6F2 is Ice Fort. Is 8 Fort. Okay, that's one of 2 forts we did not see. Gimp is all but done here. Drops Bowser, no problem. Ace of Arrows is actually going to play 7-1. See this too often unless it's absolutely forced, but... He grabs the wand and finishes with he opens the door and finishes with an official SRL time of 47:32. So we're down to Antlerz and Ace of Arrows right now. Antlerz is actually taking the reverse path through all this, so this is actually going to work out pretty well for Antlerz. Ooh, he takes a death there. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna do this again. He's got P-Wings at least.
That's kind of embarrassing if you die in the abandoned fort like that. But he looks past it and he gets through it.
Yep. So he can reverse and head. What is he doing? Wrong way, Antlerz. No.
He's trying to get the clip.
Guess, but this is not the way to go, unfortunately for him. So this is a unfortunate mistake. Ace of Arrows has found the way through. Should be done. Don't have any trouble with 5F2. There he goes. Took about like 12 or 13 tries, I think.
Really? I was looking and I only saw one. Yeah. I only saw one. I only saw one.
Yeah. Yeah, he got through okay. Boy, is he gonna be pretty upset when he finds out that, oh yeah. Severos is done with 5F2. Actually, Antlerz getting some good luck there and sailing right through. Severos has no star, but he shouldn't need one for the opening section here with the Bowser statues.
Yeah, I like the way that it's put there. First 12th try.
First 12th try. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, Antlerz has finally found the way, and Should be done in about a minute, about a couple of minutes after Ace of Arrows is. So we got all of our runners in under 55 minutes. Pretty good.
Yeah, if it was this
Ooh,
close for our... Ooh, that is a rough place to die there.
Yeah, Antlerz lost the handle on his hover and takes a lava bath. Ace of Arrows, 5 hits, no problem. Done with Bowser. So get out the GGs for Ace of Arrows, who, while he did not win, finishes 3rd out of our 4 competitors with an official SRL time of 51:10.
If our first race here is any indication, I hope we're in for a good one for race number 2.
Race number 2, on top of all the randomizing seen here, will shuffle the overworld, so it often means it'll be faster. Antlerz just goes with the hammer suit, doesn't stop for a star, but he doesn't need it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Ooh, there goes his
Gets hit by the roto disc there. Gets hit again by a roto disc.
I know he doesn't. Don't know if he knows the clip or if he's comfortable with it, but luckily for, I don't know if he knows about the hitbox either for Bowser. I think the answer is no. And chat, yes, there will be another race after this. Same competitors, tourney flags 2. Okay, he doesn't know the clip. Or he doesn't know the glitch with Bowser's head as a hitbox. Luckily, he should be able to do this anyways. Ooh. Got caught there. And that will do it for Antlerz, who's going to finish this race off. And we'll finish with an official SRL time of 53:22. Alright. Well, GG's to all 4 of our runners. An entertaining and competitive race overall. Some very fine play. I think Antlerz in particular made a very good showing. I know he had some trouble in his first couple of races, but came on pretty strong here. But Ace of Arrows, a respectable debut, just had some tough routing. gimpxtreme was actually neck and neck with Paraducks for a period of time, and actually was also neck and neck with Ace of Arrows, but had a good World 8 and pulled away late and pulled away. Paraducks, very solid, good items at the right time, and really cleaned up very nicely. I think that hammer that we talked about in 1-4 actually was a difference maker. It gave him an extra hammer to play with and made World 2 go much faster than it would have otherwise.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.